there's going to be great opportunity for great companies in this industry to be able to help business owners. The reason why I think that is due to the ongoing banking crisis and the slowing of the economy. Many regional community banks won't be able to provide the same amount of support or capital to their customers. And the greatest provider of capital and support to small and medium-sized businesses are regional community banks.
All right, today's video, we have the CEO of Spartan Capital, who I've known for quite a number of years. And, we bumped into each other at our recent event and looking forward to a conversation. We're going to get into a number of things, including, what's happening at Spartan, different laws and how they're affecting things, the economy, how brokers can improve their operations using different things, including technology, and, the banking crisis, of course, and some other tips. So we welcome Frank Ebanks, CEO of Spartan Capital. Frank, glad to have you on.
Good morning, Shane. Good seeing you.
You too. Yeah, appreciate you coming on. I know a lot of things were, just slammed at the end of last month. We're getting to the beginning of April now, a little bit, with the holidays going on. But talk to us, we'll get into those topics I mentioned, including, where you see things are going for the rest of this year, this continued talk of recession, default rates, how brokers can improve their operations with you or just even overall. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your background, your story, how you got into to where you're at right now.
Absolutely. So my name is Frank Ebanks. 6 years ago, almost 7, 2016, I was in corporate America. My training is in engineering and math. I was running an energy company. And I came across this beautiful industry, revenue-based financing, MCA. I had no knowledge of it. Someone gave me a presentation somewhere, and they wanted to start an MCA company. They wanted investors. I think the original investment was $10,000, and that's exactly what I brought to the table. It was interesting. The journey was interesting. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I truly enjoyed it.
You started out as a broker first, or how did that path go?
So when we started, we had no idea. I had no idea what the industry was. And some of the gentlemen that joined me had no idea what the industry was either. I mean, we didn't know underwriting. We didn't know origination. We didn't know collection, funding. We didn't know anything. So we first started by figuring out how to originate deals and talk to customers and find them some capital.
Okay.
So right after that, we sort of became familiar with the syndication model and the funding model, and I fell in love with that. I learned the wholesale and the referral partner business, and we started partnering with ISOs, and they started bringing deals for us to provide capital to, and we started funding on our own, and that's how things got going. So we had to learn how to service accounts and customers, how to have good customer service, how to communicate with the ISOs. We had to learn, how to develop a good underwriting model so we could provide funding to the right customers. And then we had to obviously develop a collections model and standard operating procedures. So we knew exactly what to do in every situation. So the day one, we didn't even know what an application was.
Right.
Requiring 3 months of bank statement was. I mean, we had to call a funder and pretend to be a customer so we could get an application and see what that looked like.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. That's how it started.
Funny. Yeah. I mean, it does take some time, to first get used to the industry, learn about it and so forth. That's, probably a story for many, but you quickly ramped up and now you're running Spartan Capital. Tell us about, kind of where things are at now with Spartan and where you see things in the, foreseeable future this year with continued talk of, recession, obviously interest rates going up and everything else economically.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you this, Shane. We're growing. We're growing dramatically. We're able to fund more customers now. We're able to provide help, customer support, and we're able to onboard more ISOs, brokers, referral partners. We just call them partners here at Spartan Capital. And we're growing tremendously. We broke a record for funding and for a number of customers that we provided funding to in March of this year.
Nice.
And yes, the economy is slowing down. Yes, there's a potential recession in the horizon. Yes, some MCA, some revenue-based financing companies are having some issues. And customers themselves, they're having issues, right? Small business owners, not everyone's doing okay. We see certain industries having more issues than others, and logistics, roofing, general construction, house building, right? So, and it's due to the rise of their cost, right? And lower demand, right? So insurance cost, fuel cost, many different things that come with when an economy that was booming starts slowing down. So with that said, many other customers are going to need our help, and we plan on continuing to grow, and we plan on continuing to help our customers and help our ISOs, our referral partners.
Sure. And so with that, I mean, there's a lot of different things that are impacting the industry. How about, though, the new regulations, laws that have gone into 4 major states? There's a lot of different talk and bills being proposed in other states as well. But how have those either affected you or not affected you, and what kind of things are you doing for compliance?
In my opinion, it's really not about how it's affecting me, but how it's affecting the customers that now are having a higher difficulty having access to the funds, right? So folks in California, small business owners in the state of California now have a reduced amount of sources for capital, right?
Good point.
Many funders, many MCA providers have exited that state, have paused providing capital to them, and now it's a little tougher to secure capital for their businesses. Their needs haven't changed just because these regulations were enacted. So we waited a while. We actually just recently started funding in California. And the reason why we did that is because we wanted to understand the regulations. We wanted to talk to everyone that could help us meet the regulations and make sure that we were in compliance. Compliance is a very important thing for us. We're a mainstream capital provider. And it's very important for us to be in compliance with the states where we operate. So it's change is inevitable. I think as our young industry matures and grows, we should expect these changes. It will happen. I believe that many more states will implement similar changes. We will comply. And we will do it for one reason and one reason only. Our customers, our small business owners, our ISO managers are counting on us. We can't just say it's really tough to provide capital in California. There are too many regulations. It's tough to interpret the law. We just choose not to provide capital there. We can afford that. Not because we need the business, but because our ISOs, our partners, our customers are counting on them, right? Our existing customers, future customers that want to have access to our great products. And because of that, we have elected to continue to, operating in those spaces and in those states so we could continue to meet the demand for our product.
That's super important. I think you hit a big point there. Yeah, when the merchants are limited in their options, it hurts everyone, including everyone indirectly. They're the customers of those customers, right? So it keeps on. It's like a trickle down effect almost. So let's switch gears just a little bit and talk about technology related things that can help your referral partners, whether it be to get more deals to you, or to just be more efficient about it? Anything that you can, talk about in terms of, technology and automation?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I would like to encourage more referral partners to improve on their technology. We are seeing now many ISOs implement API automation, the ability to directly plug into our funding platform and submit the deals electronically without an email, without having to fill out a form online and retype it again, just connecting their CRM, their platform directly to our platform. We have that ability. We provide portals and we provide API services. So deals could be submitted directly, so decisions can be provided directly, so contracts can be requested without the use of an email, without the use of a phone, just all from two computers talking to each other. And we've seen a few referral partners grow tremendously by leveraging that technology that we have available. So I'm sure other funders are doing the same thing. We've been doing it for a while, and our referral partners love it. So I would encourage to implement more automation, more use of API, and that way they could use their time more wisely and work on other things, and sort of like leverage the power of technology automation.
Right. So in addition to time that they're saving, they're also reducing errors, right? Because if something's typing in manually, whether it be into a portal or something else, there's possibility of human errors. Anything else that they're kind of benefiting? I mean, I guess it overall just streamlined. So time and errors are probably the biggest one. Actually, security, right? So security, a little bit safer, maybe less eyes.
When you let your system send a deal directly through API to another system, you don't have an email that could be corrupted, that could be hacked, right? It's happening within milliseconds of you pushing a button. Sometimes you can just do it automatically. The minute you program your system and say deals that meet this box, as soon as they're entered into the system by a sales associate, they automatically just get sent to Spartan Capital. I mean, and we could provide an offer in 20 minutes because there's no data entry required. It's already into our system. We could underwrite that in a few minutes. So now you have referral partner A and referral partner B, the one that has API and works with Spartan Capital, submits a deal, he or she gets an answer in 10, 15 minutes. Referral B, that it's working with another funder, it's putting it into an email, attaching the documents, sending it. Now in that other company, they have to download the documents, enter them manually into their system. Now it's got to go to a queue, and that queue, they got to look at it. So 4 or 5 hours later, the deal, it's already funded. The customer already found capital by Spartan Capital because we move so much faster. So the power of API shouldn't be underestimated.
All right. And so was there anything else in relation to technology or anything like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're also seeing some of our partners grow tremendously and gain an edge by doing things different, right? Sometimes you got to do something differently, change your approach so you can get a different result. Just trying the same thing harder might not be the right answer. So we have great ISOs and referral partners of ours that are going door to door, that are developing a network, a referral network that brings in business that either technology or emails or text can access, can reach, right? These are referrals from business owners, from busy streets, from bankers, from networks. One of our best referral partners, they don't do any marketing other than just having a great network that finds tons of existing businesses that need capital, people that don't answer cell phone calls, that they don't answer texts, they don't answer emails. And the only way to educate them on what we could do is by talking to them in person, by talking to their friends, their family, people that come in their building and educate them on, that there's access to capital. So in addition to that, then you could leverage technology to embed your application, education about what you could do in people's websites, right? So business to business websites where say people are renting equipment or providing marketing. And then this vendors could say, hey, if you need capital, click here. And they click on one of our referral partners that have embedded their application right into the website of this equipment seller. And when one of their customers applies, within 10 minutes, that application is going to Spartan. And within 50 minutes of that, or sometimes less, they have an offer, right? So it's very important to look into other ways to generate business and to reach business owners.
Another question I had, there's a lot because of how things are going with, interest rates and the bank crisis, so forth, default rates. Talk to us. What can you tell us about, specifically about default rates, within your company, or kind of what your knowledge of them are now?
Absolutely, Shane. I'm hearing similar things from my colleagues and our competitors. Yes, unfortunately, some funders, some capital providers are experiencing high default rates. I think that's due to providing capital to maybe customers that weren't in the best position to receive capital last year. We are not in the same situation, luckily, and it's really not luck. As of probably before the summer of 2022, we elected to restrict certain industries to just provide capital to businesses that we thought could use the capital to grow and that could continue to provide services to the customers and use our capital wisely. So we already had a very tight, very strict underwriting box.
Okay.
And we only made it tighter, and we were able to foresee what's happening now. And that led us to have a pristine balance sheet right now. Yes, some industries are having more issues than others, as I mentioned earlier. And you have some issues on logistics and some issues with general contractors and home builders. Those are industries that we restricted almost 8 months ago. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because of that, we're not as affected as others. Unfortunately, I'm also seeing many funders either downsizing or just stopping their operations altogether, which is terrible for the wonderful people that work for them. However, we have been able to absorb and bring some of those talented MCA professionals into Spartan Capital. We've actually hired a great amount of people that have left some of these companies, and they've brought so much experience, so much knowledge, and so much desire to work for a strong, smart funder like Spartan Capital, and they're helping us grow. And they're bringing the bad and the good experiences and the to-dos and not to-dos. And because of that, we're a better company. So yes, default rates are higher and will continue to elevate. Eventually, it'll normalize, and some of the funders like Spartan Capital that were conservative and waited on the sidelines because there weren't good deals to be made, we will be rewarded as we'll be very liquid as we are now, and we have a very strong balance sheet that we could leverage to provide more capital to the businesses that deserve it and need it in 2023, and we continue to gain more market share that's being left behind by some of these funders that are unable to fund or just stop funding altogether. And the ISOs, the referral partners, are coming to join us, and they're happy that we're here to help their customers and help them.
Yeah, really, Frank, anything else you want to add, about Spartan Capital, what you guys are, kind of doing, or, the industry overall? I know you guys are growing, you've had record months, and I know some of that even joined your company recently. So yeah, what else do you have for the audience?
So we've been having conversations with our ISOs and referral partners, and I keep hearing negative things, such as I'm not being paid proper attention. I am only a number. It's very hard to get a hold of my funder. And it's sad to hear that, because that's the opposite of what we do here at Spartan Capital, right? So we get to know our referral partners, our ISOs. We treat them as part of our family, and they're so important. I mean, they're vital to our existence and to this business. So we take the time to answer questions, to guide them through the process, to help provide flexibility so they could win deals and provide the services and the funding to their customers via Spartan Capital. And it's because we're different, right? So we're a self-funded organization. We don't have outside capital. We don't have people that come from the outside and tell us what to do, and tell us, oh, this referral partner has only funded one deal this month. Maybe we should get rid of them and focus on the ones that's funding 100 deals a month. We're not that organization. We're not that type of funder. We love and appreciate the ISO that funds one deal a month, the same way we appreciate the one that funds 50 deals a month. We appreciate their business. We're here to support them, and that's never going to change. It doesn't matter if we become the next on deck. We will always answer our phone. We will always work with our customers, and whether it's 7, 8 p.m., we'll provide an answer, and we'll do everything we can to provide the best customer support ever. And we answer the phone. And,
okay.
I think that's very important in this business. Great customer service.
Huge. And, I think there's people that kind of stare away from that on purpose, right? They're more like technology, and they just want to be emailed or live chat or, whatever. But also the quality, kind of pointing to your point of, whether it's one deal a month or 100, sometimes it's quality over quantity, and that one deal could be, just the best deal and pays and it performs and it's renewing multiple times. So that's really a good kind of mentality.
I just had a conversation with a great guy yesterday. He was telling me that he's had a relationship with a funder for over 8 years. And he just got an email from someone there saying, if you don't fund a deal this month, we're going to cut you off.
Wow.
That's a shame. It's like, I've been funding with them. I don't have any defaults. My track record is amazing with them. I actually like them. And to get an email like that from them, it's really taxing and devastating.
You got to wonder.
It's not what this is all about. Something else, Shane, you asked me earlier before, how do you see the economy? How do you see MCA, especially in 2023? In my opinion, I think there's going to be great opportunity for great companies in this industry to be able to help business owners. The reason why I think that is due to the ongoing banking crisis and the slowing of the economy. Many regional community banks won't be able to provide the same amount of support or capital to their customers. And the greatest provider of capital and support to small and medium-sized businesses are regional community banks. Well, these banks are experiencing a tremendous outflow of funds, right? Because of just the trust that people have lost on them, the concern, and some of the funds are being withdrawn from these regional smaller banks, community banks, and they're being deposited now in bigger banks, such as we know the national banks. I won't say any names here. I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
These banks don't provide capital to small business owners. They don't. The reason why I exist, and you exist, is because the main 4-8 banks do not provide business funding to small businesses. They just don't.
Yeah.
And because these smaller banks now need capital to cover the outflow of deposits, they're stopping lending. They're going to pause on lending. And I think small business owners are going to need capital to exist, to survive through this tough year, to grow, to hire, to pay their employees, to buy material, to do marketing. And since they're not going to be getting it from regional banks and community banks because they can lend, they're going to need it from companies like Spartan Capital. So we'll be there to help them. We'll be able to help our ISOs and referral partners provide the solutions to their customers. So I think that there will be plenty of opportunity for growth, and
Right.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Good. Yeah, we can't have all the gloom and doom. I think there's that spillover effect, and I think it all works out, certainly for this industry, if you play your cards right. Like if you do all the things that you're kind of talking about, with for having that great service and that great product, there's that opportunity. Well, listen, it's been, great to have you on. So glad we had a chance to do this, and tons of good information. Best of luck to Spartan Capital. You guys are doing big things out there. So we'll have to check in on you down the line and have you back on.
Thank you, Shane. Good talking to you.
Appreciate it. All right, Frank. Thanks.